Uh-oh. I forgot to turn on the oxygen concentrator again. How in the world can I do any glass if I don't have any air to melt with? So, how are you? I'm okay, I guess. Haven't had enough energy to move today. That's the craziest thing. But it works. And ooh, let's do that so that the oxygen can blow through a little bit. And as you can see, I haven't turned on the torch yet. Just about to. Boom. There we go. There we go. And let's see what we're going to do. I have to make a few of these things. Why? Because I can. Let's see how easy I can make it. Done a couple of them already. Never hurts to do a few more. This is basically an angel playing a trumpet. For those of you who don't know who Moroni is, that's okay. There we go. Stretch him out a little bit. Give my head. Itch. Why is it I get sitting down here and 2 or 3 seconds after I start sitting down here I got an itch near my nose? When you got hot glass in your hand, it's kind of hard to scratch an itch with what you got in your hand, as it were. Okay, we're going to do one arm. That one's not playing the trumpet. This one is. And this arm, I just sort of go ahead and stretch it outward. Slow but sure. Bring it up a little bit because he's going to be holding the trumpet. And it's a little bit stretched out from where it needs to be at the moment. And then I bring it back into place. Now we take and make the trumpet. Nice long. Hey Marie. Oops. Long time to look at the screen. There we go. Press it down, make a Maria. Maria. Now to put the arm in place and connect the two. There we go. Florida. Wow. How hot is it down there? Or should I ask how many times you had to fry an egg on the sidewalk today, right? Okay, this is the loop that goes around to hold the angel. You can dangle it. There we go. Yeah, that's true. if it was the middle of winter and complaining about the same respect, I guess that would be the one to complain about. Tis summer, tis summer, tis summer, tis true. And basically, that's called the Angel Moroni. Had to do a couple of them for some people that I know. They're a little bit of fun. They get the job done anyway. I'm going to do one more of those, and if you have a request that you'd like me to do, give me a holler, or just say it there in the chat line, and I'll see about doing it. No obligation. I just like making things. Of course, if you want to buy it, you can do that too, but as long as you don't make me do one-eyed, one-horned, blind purple people eater, which is no. Stretching it out a little bit. Hey, Josh. Josh Brown.
Any relation to that Emmett Brown that was the time traveler?
Yeah, I know. Haha. Thanks, Marie. Maria, excuse me. This time I did the arm before I did the head, but that's okay. It all comes into the mix. That's the fun part. That's where I screwed up the last time, was that I was looking at the screen saying, "Hi, Maria," and I should have been looking at the trumpet. Oops. There we go. Now to just bring his arm up. Oops. Might have to add to the arm. There we go. Got to sort of keep it tilted down, otherwise the trumpet gets a little distorted. And you want to keep the trumpet as straight as possible. What millimeter rod? I think in this hand I've got a number 5, and on this hand I've got a number 4. So I'm adding to the number 5 with the number 4. It might be a 6 and it might be a 5, but it's close enough. And the torch I'm using is National, and it's running a number, I want to say a number 2 or a number 3 tip. I like the results of my National, even though I can, upgrade to my Carlisle anytime I want, but when it comes to doing finite detail work, there's nothing like bringing out the National and putting on my number 0 tip, and then I can get really, 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 really tiny, making this stuff look like Giganticas. Well, that one's done. Did anybody have a request? Oh, itch on the end of my nose again. Ah! I assume you do some glass work too, Maria. What type do you do? Beads, marbles, figurines, what? I haven't done a swan in a while. Unless you can come up with something really quick. I could do the swan and then something else. Simple swan. In this case, that's the tail, as you can tell. Now the neck, that's the fun part. Narrowing it down, and then bringing it back up. Over. Here we go. And tilt the neck back just slightly. Mostly 104. I tried boro, but still having trouble with the connection. Yeah. When you're used to 104 and trying to melt boro together, it does have its moments. I started with a propane blowtorch and soda bottles. Now let's see if I can flatten down the bottom here. Try it up here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Well, you really can't see, but all of a sudden everything's unfocused. Interesting. Oops, that's okay. And yet, here we go. It actually looks more like a duck than a swan, but doable. Okay, Ray. Let's pull this off. And now's the time for a request if anybody has one. And it sits rather well. That's good. That's one thing I like about... Yeah, that was probably 5 and 6 millimeter. 5 millimeter was in my most of the time. I'm saying that now because I do have a 4 millimeter rod in my hand right now. Itch. Luckily, I didn't have to stop. What can I make out of a big fat round something? A bear? A mouse? A snail? A frog? Yeah, frog. Simple frog. Yeah, I'm getting a little close. I'm going to have to work on that real quick. and get me a longer rod to play with. There's the head to the frog. Ooh, I've got green sitting right here, so we're going to make green eyes and green toes. One eye. Two eyes. One leg. Another leg. Now the green toes. I like this new camera. I've got a Google Pixel Pro 6. I only have one. There's complaints about it. Here's now let me get this thing out of my mouth. Is that it warms up a little bit too much when I'm taking videos. And it does not warm up. I could keep it right where it's at without taking the turning on the camera, and everything is fine. But I turn it on, and it's even behind a heat shield, and it still warms up. That's one leg. The other leg. And another itch. Ah. That one's a little bit too high, but doable. Heat and flat. Heat and flatten. Now do the toes in the back, and we're a done deal here. Try making a few hundred of these, then you'll get good at it too. And the size that I'm making them does relate very well to the 104. I mean, you can see that it's down to about the size of a quarter. And I am known to make it even smaller than that. Let's see if we can get that to focus over there. Nope, the flame's in the way. No big deal. Let me bring that up and show it to you closer. A little bit of green. Let's try it here. There we go. Nice and focused. How far does it go in the water? Knee deep. Yeah, the old soured dad jokes, right? Right. That's okay. Well, with that, I'm going to call it quits for right now. I don't do them too long, too mean. thanks for being out there, Maria. Enjoy your day. And as always, my favorite saying is carpe vitro, which means seize the glass. Have a good one.